meal at McDonald's.
So John
Japanese
is
McDonald's.
awful.
That is awful.
I hate him.
Like,
Like,
just being awful. Hey, you guys.
hey!
You didn't say John was awful.
no, he's
We love
one of
John.
my-
I have no idea who John
We're
is.
okay with John.
I can't say anything nice. Anyway,
Welcome to Kamen Rider Court.
Welcome to Kamen Rider Corner.
hi guys. I don't think. Oh wait, no, I was here.
You were here last time.
no
I
one was
wasn't.
last
You,
week.
you weren't here when I was here.
He wasn't here last
I wasn't here.
He was in. Where were you?
I was
No,
in Bakersfield. I was in Noblesville.
Yeah, it was just us three last time.
It was,
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Okay. How are you guys?
Good. How's everyone doing?
Good night.
Had a week off, so we're back today.
Yes.
Talking about episode 10 of Kamen Rider Build,
Yes.
which is
Woo!
titled
Technology of Destruction.
Technology of Distraction. I don't know why I feel like saying
Now
that.
you have to say the title ASMR style.
Oh, yeah, go.
ASMR.
Go.
The episode is Technology of Destruction.
I got a tingle. Oh, man. Jimmy, that worked.
I felt that twitch.
I was joking with I was joking about with some voice actors like I'll start up a YouTube channel and just talking like saying lines from anime just ASMR. Would you tune in? It's like
I would watch that. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it. But I would watch it.
and that whole be about for
So Jen wants to know.
I'm sorry guys. If like I don't get ASMR really, but if it's your thing, by all means.
Voice is super low. I think it's doing that glitch thing.
Oh,
Do we sound like he's on day right now? Is that dope?
It's on there.
do you sound like this?
Jez wants to know, Luis, why are you hanging off the table?
Why am I hanging off the table? I'm
Everyone
not
move.
sure.
Shift.
Density shift.
Shift into table.
Oh
Man, I just realized what we did.
All right, so what do we?
Okay, so let's start off really quickly. On my Twitter, Darrel J. Delphin, shameless plug. I asked you guys what was your favorite, what was your first Kamen Rider series, and what was your favorite. And so I'm gonna go through those really quick, and we can talk a little bit about. So first up, we have CV Illustrations, who's one of our good
TV.
Oh.
Yes. CV. This is CV.
Oh yeah, he makes stuff like that. It's like really cool.
Art's
Although-
gorgeous.
Yeah. Agreed. So he says Kamen Rider Double was his entry series, and his favorite is Gaim.
Nice.
That's usually a good start.
He likes fruit.
He's a healthy boy.
We have Seamus Kelly, who from
Seamus.
Den of Geek. Really cool guy. Kamen Rider V3 was my first and still my favorite. Ordered non-subtitled VHS set on eBay, best thing for 8th grade Seamus to get.
Nice.
So-
You watch it raw.
So he watched V3 all the way through and just like,
No
I
subtitles.
don't know what's happening.
But I like it.
It's awesome.
When he gets to hit the starfish.
You know, I think that's how I watched Bokenger at first, actually, because I downloaded it. Sorry guys. I downloaded it and I watched it and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I think I watched it raw. And then years later, I was like, oh, I should jump back into it. And I downloaded it sub. And I was like, I don't remember any of them saying this. Did I watch his sub before? We have one of my good friends, Jeff Burns. He's another voice actor. I want to say Kamen Rider Black was my first.
Nice.
Somehow I wound up gravitating more towards Showa writers for the most part until Deno and Decade came along. Then went back mostly to Showa stuff until Build. So he kept jumping around. I mean, didn't you generally do something, or was that Lewis?
That was Luis.
For me.
Yeah,
You jumped around a lot.
No. But Black's a good starting show.
Yeah.
I will say. If that was one of your first Kamen Rider shows, that's a good
Kamen
one.
Rider Black.
Yeah, for sure.
I've heard nothing but good things about Black.
Because that was
Wait, but I
Master
actually
Rider, right?
watched the
Yeah.
whole series
Well-
entirely from the beginning.
Black RX.
The Black?
was
Yeah.
Mass Rider.
Oh,
Yeah,
here.
Black Arts was Master Rider.
Okay.
And then next
Child
one
of the
actually
sun.
is from next one is from Special Form 12, who's actually in chat right now. What's up, bud? Wizard, because magic is yes, and they're one of the only writer shows to win an action award for every wizard versus ghoul fight scene. Really? Is that a thing?
I didn't know that.
Do you
I
know?
don't know. Did you know about that?
For what?
What, the Wizard Wing Action Award?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm
it
not
did-
sure, to be honest.
Like the action scenes in Wizards are great.
Yeah.
but
but for it winning an award, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. To be honest.
Next, we have Ryan Z, Kaiser K808. Deno was my first. Deno's a great first.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Fave is probably
Trains.
double because I kept getting wrecked. Whatever that means.
What does,
Maybe he was wrecked emotionally.
elaborate?
Oh yeah, like
I really hope so.
did you get hit by a train every time you finished an episode?
Because that's impressive.
That's very impressive.
I got the
We have Wesley Chibi Forte. I did Pokemon with him at a tournament once. Kamen Rider Kiva was the first series I started when it aired, but Kamen Rider the Next was the first Kamen Rider thing I watched.
Oh,
Ooh.
the movie.
So Kamen Rider the Next, which one is that?
That's the second
That's the
movie.
second one after the first. So it's still going over like the
Oh,
origin story
the
of
Nigo V3 thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I watched a little bit of that, and I was
where
like, this is
Kamen
weird.
Rider Drake was V3.
Trick like as in.
Oh, yeah.
The actor Drake was
that
V3.
No, not that Drake.
So someone didn't mute their phone.
No, I muted my phone.
I mean, my phone.
I'm good.
Awful.
I'm good.
Danny from We the Geeks Stella is awful. Anyway, last
Here's
one.
his chat.
Last one is from Mary Turkey Man. Soup's initials. Decade was my first, but Kamen Rider Exid is my favorite because of the video game motif and colorful characters.
He's pink.
The story and villains were excellent, save for Den Masamune towards the end. I guess I'm a sucker for pink/magenta colored riders.
I mean, there's not a lot.
Yeah,
I like Genji, but I see where he's coming
there's
Gaim?
what's her
What's
name?
her name in
Gaim?
Gaim? Makoto?
from. Makoto.
Malika?
I forgot what her name, what her writer name. I forgot what her writer name was, but yeah, Makoto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Gaim.
Gaim. I like her too.
I like Mary.
I like the
It's the
Gixxer
best.
writers.
Sorry, I'm over here trying to send some artwork to Josh.
Our producer Josh. Everyone say hi to Josh.
Say hi to
hi,
Josh. Josh is
Josh.
great.
Hashtag hi Josh.
Keeps up with us every week.
Actually, we have another one. GL Dimmy. Oh, it's from him. Exit is my first, but it was the worst writer series ever.
No.
Please. I mean,
It says it right here.
Words on my Twitter account.
he put
Really,
himself.
that's interesting that you say that, and like you're on the show.
Right?
Like,
He's like, he
I don't
comes.
know what to believe.
He comes next week with his hair pink. He's like, I love X8
I think it's amazing.
swoop and
I
spike
don't know
in this direction.
with
You
the
are
hair dryer.
cosplaying
just-
X-Aid with this
I'm
hair.
not. I'm
Like,
not.
I know why you're such a hair.
So,
All right.
yes.
Awesome.
Really quick before we jump, last thing. This worked really well on that Hackso Ascension Hangout and Range Wrap Up, and I want to try it with you guys. If you wanted to create your own, let's say, adapt a writer series into an American one, what would you do with it and why? I want you to write down your pitch. You can even fan cast whoever you want. You can fan cast one of us. You can fan cast like
Fan cast Darrel as X-Aid.
Sure, you can do that, but I would turn down the role.
You would not turn on that role.
I wouldn't. Because that's awesome, actually. And then, you can cast whoever you want. You can cast The Rock as Kamen Rider Black RX. Do you know how funny that would be?
That would be really.
You know, show us your fan cast, and we'll read them next time, and we'll critique them.
Larry Newbill says, Kamen Rider O's was my first Kamen Rider series I've watched.
I liked O's.
Yeah.
I really did.
It deserved a gold medal.
But it fell into like a lot of like anniversary crap that I didn't like. It was like, here's plot, anniversary, plot, anniversary. And then every time it would back to the plot would like backtrack. It was like,
Yeah.
why?
No, same. I'm 8 episodes away from finishing O's. And I am liking it, and Dr. Mock is one of the most weird.
Oh, I love him.
He made me laugh every single time he had that little doll on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And felt the voice like, oh no!
The dedication on him just doing that.
Yeah.
The entire show. Like, this is.
I don't know if they just gave him a stick to hold his arm like that and then just cut it out.
Green screened it. I don't know if they would go through that much effort, but yeah, like when you finish O's though, we'll talk about that.
Oh,
Because
sure. Quick O's question: does Degree just carry like their color blanket around and then just throw it on things before they start talking?
Yeah, I know. They're just walking around. It's like, oh, there's the writer. Hold on. Okay, so
Where's
we're
my red
gonna-
blanket?
intonation time, and
It gets you every time.
it's so funny.
So, at this episode.
Yeah. So let's jump into this episode. We're gonna run this a little bit differently this time around. We're just gonna talk about our thoughts, and hopefully you have already seen this episode. And if you're not, you're gonna get a crap ton of spoilers.
Spoilers.
So
Be
yeah,
ready.
Spoiler alert! The credits roll in this. Anyway, what were your initial thoughts though? Like overall?
It was some resolution to some stuff. Not really resolution. Some answers, rather. There was a lot of action. A lot of action. Like, it was really action heavy.
Yes.
My complaint for not last week's, but the week before, episode 9, was there wasn't enough action. And I guess they heard me because this one was full of action. Maybe that's
They were watching Pop Culture Renegades.
They did.
And they were like, Jimmy said this.
They
so
were
we
one
have
of
to-
our 16 views, and they were just like, yes,
They were one of the 5 years.
completely.
They were hidden in the chat. They just didn't type it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go
You
with that.
lurkers, we're watching. We see you, Toei.
And you're seeing
Don't think
us.
we don't.
You can't escape.
Like,
It's a good fight, though. There's
Yes.
good fights in this episode.
Yeah. It seemed like it started with fights and then it ended with fights. And yeah, I'm excited for next week's episode.
I think one of the cool things, my favorite things about the show is just the amount of Banjo fighting.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like, they have really showcased how good of a fighter he is.
yes.
And to the point where he does become a writer, or if he becomes a writer, we'll see
Yes.
on that card. It's earned because every time him and Sento fight together, I get really
It's one of those things that really. I appreciate that about Rider series and Ranger fight scenes, like the unmorph stuff, because it's just so nice to watch that happen and then go into transformation sequence or whatever. But after this preview, I'm afraid we're not going to get as much Banjo anymore.
Ooh.
And if you're one of those people that skips over previews,
I skip over the previews.
we're not going to talk about that because, I mean, it's really obvious what happens at this point, but we're not going to talk about that. Sorry to me.
We'll get more Sento.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
So my thing with this episode, I liked it a lot, but I didn't like first half of it. The first half of the episode was very what's happening? There's a force field, and now
Stealing the Pandora's box.
Oh yeah, so that was the thing I didn't understand. That the prime minister opened up the box thing so they could get the box, and
Look at
what was the point of it?
I think there was
Yeah.
a look at it. I don't know. Because
There's windows on this security box.
I don't know. It was weird. I don't understand why they were doing it anyway. Why had to swipe the credit cards and have the walls come down.
Did they bring it up in the episode previous that all three of them were going to meet up and unlock the Pandora's box?
Yeah,
See,
I
that
think
was
it was just to look at it.
But that was the thing. I didn't remember them having that discussion exactly, or the fact they were already there. That kind of threw me off a little bit. It was was that a thing in last
Yeah, because we just instantly begin with them walking towards it and opening up the boxes.
Yeah.
No, they have windows. You can see it through the windows.
And I remember Bloodstock going in with his guardian, and that's
Yeah.
kind of I thought, oh, that's the cliffhanger, and so I was a little thrown off. But
Yeah.
wait, so the other prime ambassadors are here?
Maybe since it was on break last week, they just gave us the wrong episode.
I was really
They're
confused.
we forgot to give you that filler, so here, for yourself.
The episode started, and I was like, I don't remember any of this happening. Why? What? Why are you in Touto? I don't know how to say that and not
Touto.
have it sound weird. Touto.
Just think of it like a Pokemon region.
Touto.
If that helps, yeah.
Just stop!
No, but they have a discussion about it over the Skype.
They
Hologram
over
Skype.
That was like
Hollow Skype,
Hollow
Hollow
Skype.
Discord.
All of Discord.
the other two weren't really happy with the way things were going, and then we're gonna go look at the Pandora's box, and that's what they did.
I
mean,
it wasn't until the
really.
the Smash fight happened
Yeah.
that I was really starting to okay, this is the pacing of this episode is nice and everything's kind of flowing well. Banjo beat up that Smash and it was I just left it there. Whatever.
He won.
He got to hazard level 3.
Yes.
Instant KO.
You know, and he not only that, but when he was fighting Bloodstock, Stark.
I call him Stark because I watch the TVN subs, but it depends on what subs you're watching.
But when he was actually fighting him, he was actually putting damage.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're jumping around the
That
episode
was-
a bit, but it was.
That was awesome. He just used the power and kept pummeling Bloodstock the whole entire time, and then at the last minute where he basically does what Sento
I was
did
like,
a few
oh, you
episodes
can't
before.
hurt me, and then all of a sudden, all the explosion. It was great.
If you notice, it's the same arm where Sento kicked him 2 episodes
Is it
back.
really?
It's the
Oh, it
same
is.
exact
That
arm.
That arm is gonna be useless by the end of the series, assuming he sticks around.
I
long.
needed a new appendage, so
But I mean, this episode was towards the end after Sento finally gets taken down and all the bottles hit the floor.
Oh, I was like,
All the bottles hit the floor. All the bottles hit the floor.
Sorry, we're not singers.
Hey,
Yeah,
Big John was in the room.
Sorry, John.
Larry says, has anyone remembered our predictions on how many episodes we have till we get a second writer on
Yep.
back?
I was just bringing it up earlier with Lee, so it's like, I think when we talked, maybe episode 1 or 2, I don't remember who said what, probably should have rewatched it, kept track, but someone said episode 6, someone said 7, right? I think I said 10.
Yeah.
I think I remember being like, I'm going to give it 10. I'm going to say, I'm going to give 10 a shot. And so far,
I think
You're not
I
wrong.
said 6.
I was like, I was
think I said
shooting.
6.
I think I said like it was either 15 or like.
I think
Or
you.
I might have been the one that said 5 because I remember we got the scans of what the ride looked like early,
Right.
And so I was like, this is really early of a scan. We usually don't get that into like episode 10,
Right.
and then we get the rider. But we got the scan really early, so I was like, maybe
I think
5.
I think they just gave us it like ahead of time, just to get a good sense of who's gonna be it, and then like how you said before, they already released the next core toy scans.
Yeah.
For all the new people that are coming on
Again,
the show.
they're pushing these out really fast,
Right.
and again, I'm not sure whether I should be worried or like happy that we're knowing what's happening before it happens.
right.
Like, we already got a new driver and everything too.
Yeah. It's interesting.
That's right.
With this show, unlike, say, X-Aid, and I'm not going to knock on it, I just want to point out an example.
The glasses.
I know we
fixed.
tend to crap on you on
think-
that show, but this is not the case.
He doesn't like the hair.
But it's a thing where it's like, where X-Aid
doesn't like
is one of those writer shows. There's a ton of writers. You know,
Yeah.
not as many as, say, Ryuki. Like, well, there were like
Oh, yeah.
30 writers.
13
total.
Time.
Oh, Guy, where there's like 12 million. So
Exactly.
This is one of those shows where it's built to have that many writers. So those shows is like secondary writer shows up 3. Episode 3 or
Yeah,
4?
episode 2. Didn't Baron show up like 3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Baron
Baron showed up at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not in this case of the show. Back before, yeah, it would be 15. You're right. So
Baron showed up in like 3, and then I think
Michi guy.
I'm trying to remember his name. Ryugen.
Yeah.
Showed up in like 4.
Yeah.
I think the episode immediately after. It was just. So that's why I was predicting like probably 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because
That's not this show. This
Yeah.
show isn't built to be a multiple writer show yet. I don't.
yet
What if
we don't
in
know
we,
yet.
We
Yeah.
got like 30 different writers in the series too.
Ooh.
All in this last episode. That'd be great.
All in the last
Last
episode.
episode. That's a lot of writing.
Writers.
This better be like good
Like epic battle royale.
because
They say
Build
Generations
is-
Final.
because build is good, but it hasn't blown me away yet. It hasn't had that wow factor. I mean, it kind of like did towards the end. I was like, oh man, stakes are higher now.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? But it still hasn't made me go, oh, what's going on? And I'm waiting for that. I really want to have that moment. Like anyone that's been watching me on hashtag like knows how much I'm not thrilled about Ninja Steel, but the most recent episode that came out, like the penultimate episode, I actually did that. I was like, oh, the stars! What's up? You know, I want to feel that, and I don't like Ninja Steel. Like,
What you said of that?
you can tell him. I'll tell him to his face.
He's like, I'm not
I don't like
afraid.
the first half of Ninja Steel. Where it's going right now, but that's a discussion for a different time.
Yeah.
For a different show.
Yeah. I will say for me, build has been just consistently enjoyable.
That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want it to be just consistently enjoyable. I want it to be
Just
awesome.
suck sometimes.
But like right now, like I'm cool with consistently enjoyable for a point.
Yes.
I think you're like I'm kind of with you. Like at some point, there's got to be an episode that where it does make me go. You've been setting that up for 20 episodes or so,
Yeah.
and which makes these other episodes look great, even better. And I'm like enjoying the show so far. I don't think there's a single episode I like dislike intensely in build so far. And because the show consistently is like giving me a chapter. This is a show that's definitely serialized.
The only episode I haven't liked so far was the coincidence episode where everything just kind of fell into place.
Yeah, we talked
with
about
the
that.
boat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, it's right.
That's the only episode I haven't liked so far. And even then, it was just a consistently enjoyable episode.
Right.
I still didn't hate it. So I haven't hated an episode yet. I haven't particularly liked an episode yet, and but otherwise, this is a great episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can we talk about Dragon Lock?
Yes.
Key Dragon.
The security fantasy.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool tagline.
That's stupid.
Security fantasy. Come on.
Say that out loud again.
Security fantasy.
Do you know how stupid that is?
Sounds like
You
X8.
sound stupid.
No, that was just cool.
Now you're just trying to hurt me.
That's intentional.
That's what we're
Voltec
always
break.
trying.
Break spirit.
So okay, so Dragon Lock. They're back to another Kamen Rider with a lock.
Yeah.
And chains.
And chains.
He's a giant
He's
key.
Ghost Rider. I mean,
I'm a little glad the best match isn't Lock Orange. I'm a little disappointed,
we
but
will-
I'm glad it's
Could
not.
still
Hey,
be
you
a
could
best match.
yeah. We would just need an orange full bottle.
That sounds delicious, but
Because we already have a couple
The essence of an orange.
best matches from the Gun Rising game, which was published on his page, Integral Radio, shameless plug. There's Gamer Doctor, and there's
Detective USB.
Detective
USB memory.
which is basically Kamen Rider Double and Kamen Rider Xen. And that's cool. I like that. I'm glad it's not just like, here's the full bottles, and then I transform directly into the rider.
right.
Like, what was the last rider that did that?
Decayed.
No, there was someone else. Didn't Ghost do that?
Ghost did that with the icons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just transformed directly into them.
Yeah.
No, because he just
What
had.
was it
Oh
Xen?
no! You know
It
what?
was-
No, XA did his thing too.
X8 did his own thing. He used his whole suit became part of the rider, but he didn't become the full rider.
Yeah, well,
I think there were scans for build for that, for the whole like Decayed thing. But Decayed was basically the first rider to transform into other riders completely. The only
yeah.
thing that changes his belt.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I
Decayed.
Orange Lock.
That should happen.
Here's the thing I'll say about that in the moment. Right when, because this is a kind of cool another character building moment for Banjo. So when Banjo's like basically talking to his dragon robot, I love Tokusatsu. Sorry.
I'm glad he looks a lot better than Caesar and Q Ranger. I'll give him that.
That's true. Who's just the toy?
Yeah, the whole
His handle and everything.
I hate that in Tokusatsu.
I have
That is one of my
puppet
like
strings on you.
biggest pet
I think they
peeves.
just have like a stick, like green screen, like a green stick. Just
That's a huge pet peeve of mine in Toku. And it's like, I'll be watching and be fully like immersed. And it's like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And then all of a sudden you have like this toy just jumping around. It's like, what?
sometimes animated, sometimes not. Like I don't know.
I would rather
bet.
bat CG over like toy jumping any day.
It reminds me of like that's like kind of lazy Gabatira. That's I feel like about Caesar.
Oh
Sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, so like with
that's
the
another thing.
the thing
Or
with
another
the
show on another channel.
anyway, so the thing I like about this moment with Banjo, yeah, it's establishing the fact like he's getting like there's all this talk about like Sento helping him figure out a better direction in his life. It was kind of cool. And this is the one I'm watching this and I'm like, is it gonna happen? I was really thinking, is this when he's gonna become? He almost made me think this is when he was gonna become the writer, secondary writer, and then swerve to me into getting this next best match. You know?
Yeah, that's what tripped me out too. Because I was getting excited when I was seeing this episode. I was just like, no way, we're early. Woo! And then, like out of nowhere, P Dragon, dang.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
I like though that they're giving a lot of reasons for this secondary rider to show up in the first place.
Yes.
Because so he uses Lock Dragon, and then it's a cool like combo. And then as soon as he finishes the fight, the combo like messes up on him, it electrocutes him, and then
His body can't handle
he
it.
pulls out the bottles and he's like, "Well, I can't do this."
He gave him Dragon back.
I have a question regarding that though. 'Cause you know how Ryuga, I think 2 episodes back, tried to transform with the driver with Rabbit Tank,
Yeah.
Right.
but he wasn't at that hazard level yet. What if this time it's Sento that can't take the hazard level that is required for that full bottle?
That's what I'm thinking too. Because as Bottle was kind of growing with Banjo, it was like, okay, so now it's at a hazard level that he can't like handle it with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the scams for next episode kind of reveal what's going to happen with that, and so it makes more sense. I think you've seen them already.
What?
Never mind.
The pictures for the.
Never mind. We're not going to talk
I've
about
seen
that.
stuff, but I don't know.
He's seen. He knows.
So the stuff's going down with Night Rogue and
Yes.
Stock. Like that's just not.
They're not getting along.
They're not getting along.
It's very clear they're not getting along.
And that was the fun part about it, because now we get to see two people who are at each other's throats, duking it out finally, like a full actual duke out, until Ryu comes.
I think
Yeah.
the relationship
That
is-
didn't make any sense to me, though. Ryu joins in on this fight, and then as soon as he does, Bloodstark diverts all of his attention to Ryuga, and Night Rogue is just like, I'm here.
No, he's mad.
He's just, what? This should be this awesome, like, three-way fight.
Yeah.
What should have happened is Ryuga silently, while they're fighting each other, not paying attention, grab Pandora's box and just sneak away.
No, you have
because
to-
that would be the smart thing.
You
do.
have to
That
ma-
would have been a smart thing, but
That
it's
would have been
stupid,
this.
so-
For Ryuga, the smart character.
He jumps in through the door and goes, I'm here now.
He's like, I made, guys.
Because he's a blunt person.
I appreciate that. I do.
Here's the other thing, too, that's making me laugh about that whole scene when Bloodstock diverts all his attention to Ryuga, is that after that, after Sento fights Night Rogue and loses, he has the like a piece of Pandora's panel on him and starts taking all the bottles.
Yeah, we
He's
were
like,
talking
"Ow."
about that. He just takes the panel out of Hammer's face and just starts like, oh, best matches, huh?
But now we know how he did it. Right when Bloodstock was talking to Ryuga, he's just like, just hold on a second. I'll
Ryuga's
pull
his
it out
butt
right now."
cheeks.
Just pulls it out of his butt cheeks.
It's the same place they put the rider belt. The same mysterious phantom.
It is.
The Phantom Zone.
It's one of those, yeah, like,
We don't talk about that part. Where does the rider belt go? It just always magically.
they just happened to.
Don't worry.
Where did that come from?
It was in my jacket.
Ow!
Didn't I think
Infinite
at
pocket.
least
Capsule Core made it.
Double
That
had,
would be cool.
Capsule cord. At least Double had it, like, at least he pulls
Yeah,
it
he
out
was
of
able
his
to pull
jacket.
it out.
But everyone else recently is just like,
Yeah,
I have it now.
Because they got like a blockhead, like an engine block coming out of their hand.
No. Like, whenever they get Forza, so it's always in the back. It's like, he
I
just
like how
does this, and he pulls it out.
Like, if
how
he had a
that's hard to
backpack
believe.
for it, that'd be cool, but no.
See, and then that
Nothing
would have
else in
made
the
sense.
show's hard to believe, but just them not having the belt. You know, I don't think it's
Really
worth
old.
thinking about it.
You know, not that old.
all the
Even
bigger
senior
drivers
year.
too. That's what makes it really hard to believe. It's just like, what?
What's that?
All the bigger drivers, like,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
as the series kept going on, you know, it was kind of believable that the double driver you could like hide away in your jacket. The O driver, sort of, kind of, but then where's all the medals? And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you have the Forza driver, this
It was in the
big
movie.
hunk of like see-through plastic with a handle.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and no, on top of that, 40 switches.
I never asked. I stopped asking where Gen was getting the switches when Kengo wasn't there. Is it a pocket? There's no pocket on your suit.
See,
So-
this is where we would explain the whole infinite void in space with Forza, but that's for another
Yeah,
time.
even then, we have like a sort of explanation.
Yeah.
But then, what was after that? The wizard driver and all the rings?
Well, that's magic.
Well, yeah.
Magic. What are we talking about?
It was a belt buckle that turned into a full-on belt. He's like,
Yeah.
these.
So anyway, back to the fighting on the rooftop.
Oh, that's right! Because
There's another
it
show we're talking
appears-
about.
I'm sorry, I just realized that it actually appears. Never mind. Keep going.
When does Sento show up in that rooftop fight?
He shows.
He shows up
After-
in Hawk Gatling.
Yeah.
Hawkeye probably like 5
still
minutes
cool.
after.
Hawkman's so cool.
I like that after he discovered all these other best matches, he just doesn't even use Rabbit Tank anymore.
We didn't even see.
And now he has no choice. He can't use anything.
Right.
Yeah. He can't use anything at all.
Oh yeah, now he can't use anything. He lost
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Night Rogue pulled out the thing and he like Ninja comic, I was like, oh man, of course he's gonna use one of his newest one, like and just take it away. Oh no, he's taking the rest.
Which sucks. I'll admit, like that's a cool like getting like knocking Sento, literally knocking Sento off
Back to square one.
back to square one. Yeah.
Not even back to square one. Now, like by the end, he's
Zero?
also lost Rabbit Tank.
Yep. And Lion. He lost Lion.
Lion
that
Cleaner.
one
He
still-
lost everything that he had basically, except for Key Dragon.
Yeah.
Nothing else key too.
No, he has Key Dragon with him.
No, 'cause he gave
Lock,
Dragon back.
Lock
He
Dragon.
get no.
Lock Dragon.
Luck was taken as well.
Yeah,
Luck was taken as well?
Yeah.
Because the only reason Dragon wasn't taken is because he gave that back to Ryuga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
So
yeah.
he technically did lose everything then.
Yeah.
Back to square zero.
We also get, like another confrontation about who Bloodstock is. We have one the Katsuragi has. That's what
Yes.
I'm calling them. Katsuragi
Katsuragi.
fanboys.
Katsuragi fanboys. I like that. Because that's literally what they are.
Yeah.
Special Form 12 just corrected us. He said Lock was not taken.
Okay.
So then I was
I could have swore it was taken, but okay. I mean,
because
it might have been taken. Let's just
because
say
for
that.
some of you guys that have
Regardless
seen
of
the reviews,
that-
you should know. You know.
Regardless of that, he can't use it anyway.
Right.
I mean, he can use luck, but he has nothing else to use it with. And the only other bottle is Dragon, which apparently he can't use.
Right.
Maybe he can't use it for
For
a
a
specific
time.
amount of time.
Yeah.
Maybe he can have like 2 to 3 minute, limit
He's
on
on a 0 nose time limit.
Maybe it was also like the thing about the idea that the bottle's been connected to Manja for so long. Maybe that's another issue too. Is like the bottle can only.
So now, like, we have this, like, confirmed source sentience thing with the bottles.
Yeah,
Possibly.
it's his girlfriend. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
makes sense.
it. Yeah,
They're always
you're right.
with me.
His girlfriend
We
was
had
already
that little
handled
moment of nothingness where he's on the floor, literally just like Kasumi, and then I don't know, he just goes to another flashback of Kasumi. He's like, why?
Because like he technically
the-
in his brain, technically speaking, Kasumi is sort of guiding him to make the right decision at that one cherry blossom tree that apparently they've ever been
The
to.
only
cherry
date
blossoms
they've
falling from
ever
the sky,
had.
and I'm like,
Like I thought that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they've never been to any other cherry blossom tree.
No, they've
Really-
only
That
they've only
one.
been on one date to that one cherry blossom tree.
Then the next day, you
Then
turn
she
to a
got really
smash.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that they met. It was love at first sight. It was
Yeah.
like, you're the one. I'm gonna take you on a date. On a
Date.
On a date.
On a tree
to this
date.
one. To this one cherry blossom tree, and this is it. This is it. I'm gonna marry you.
Like if you watch Jetman, if you ever guys watch the old set show Jetman, like there was like so many really cheesy date scenes with the Red Ranger and his love of his life. Like they did everything.
But at least they had a dating life.
At least they had a dating life. They swam. They were on boats. They swung on something.
They had they had a judo
Like
match.
someone played piano and the other one listened. I mean, that was like a series of dates. This is just a one day.
This is just a one
Special
date.
Form 12 says Sento used the dragon bottle is Sento cheating with Ryuga's girlfriend.
I'm so glad I just swallowed water right before that. So I didn't take that.
You
But
were
that,
making a mess.
I would have made a mess. The answer is yeah.
NTR and Kamen Red confirmed. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, so
Don't look that up.
I want to get to the Katsuragi fanboy.
Children.
Yeah.
Katsuragi fanboy is not just straight up. Nope. Hold on. All right. It's just straight up confronting Bloodstock about if he's got Katsuragi or not.
Yes.
You should probably put that thing away.
I'm pretty
kind
good
of
with-
afraid.
No. Don't be afraid. Answer point.
be afraid.
He's pointing it at me. He's like, "Don't be afraid."
He puts it in gold.
What do you-
Don't
okay.
be afraid.
What did Bloodstock say to that confrontation?
Katsuragi's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically dead. It's like,
He's
what
like,
you? It was a figment of his imagination, thinking that he was alive.
Yeah, he was like, oh, but with your science, you can fake a death like that.
So it's basically everything that we were thinking. That, this guy is Katsuragi. Oh no, I'm not. But
But he might be.
but after this next scene with the whole transfiguring the fanboy's face.
I thought he died. I thought he died. Like he just melted his
Oh
face
yeah,
and just
because his arm fell, and then I was like, we just witnessed a death.
Yeah.
What? Oh no, his face is morphing.
I wonder then of this. What if what like the whole face forming thing?
Yeah,
Can he do that to swap faces with somebody?
that's what.
That's
I'm
what he
thinking.
did, right?
That's what I'm thinking actually happened to Katsuragi. The one that Banja was convicted for, the whole murder. I think that was someone else.
Yeah,
That's not
with Katsuragi's face, and then Katsuragi took that person's.
what I'm
face.
thinking. My theory is that he did that to hide his own death. Katsuragi, the person himself, is dead. Then he became Bloodsark, and so he mentally is just he's dead. He's Bloodsark. It's not Katsuragi.
Yeah, he's not Katsuragi anymore.
Unless they manage to prove me wrong, because he kind of hints at the fact that he is still Katsuragi,
Yeah.
but also not saying outright.
I'm still also theorizing there's a possibility he might be the owner of the cafe still.
Yeah.
Because he has nothing in this episode at all.
Yeah, and then also if you notice, towards the end of the episode, Misora finds a listening device.
That's right.
So there could be one of two things. We don't know if Bloodstock could actually be cafe owner, or it's Takigawa who placed in that listening device.
That's the reporter, right?
Yeah, that's reporter chick.
I just realized, after you said the cafe owner, remember that one episode that he ended and he turned his iPad into a back scratcher?
Right? They haven't really put that back since.
They haven't done anything with that. And he just kind of crumpled it or maybe transfigured it into something else. But maybe it is, maybe it is something similar to that. Like, maybe he just has, like, those steam powers, too. I don't know.
Yeah. Things to think about.
Unless he's completely dropped that completely, but I mean, Bill.
Oh my
hasn't
god!
done that yet,
Bill hasn't done that.
We're only 10 episodes in.
No, Bill been very good at jumping back to things they set up beforehand, and I'm not. I don't think they're going to drop the ball yet. Maybe get back to me in 20. We'll find out.
Yeah. Remember what you said when we first started? Renegades, Kamen Rider. He's like, no, you have to give a show the first 40 episodes.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna judge just the first 20, and then we'll decide if Kamen Rider build is like good. So far, it's good.
Yeah,
but consistently good.
we're fourth of the way in, or so. We'll see.
What do we have happening in chat?
So in the chat, we have going back up a little bit. Special Form said Block Orange is his best match.
Yeah, I mean, in another series, technically.
Technically. Let's see. Not a whole lot of activity in the chat. Special Form says no one remembers that guy's dying words were "It's morphin' time." But did he die?
Who's this?
The fanboy.
Was it because there was two fanboys? So is it the one that like showered himself with the essence, or is it the one that said Katsuragi's still alive?
The one from this episode.
Oh, okay.
The one from this episode.
But I'm asking if he's still alive or is he dead? Maybe did he just change his face?
I think
lives a new life.
He might be dead.
So he died according to Special Form. Maybe that guy's dying words were "It's morphin' time."
He goes on to create the
new Sentai.
The Go Buster base. What is that called? The Morphin Brace.
The Morphin Brace?
That's what it's called. I know toys. See, guys, I'm nerd. Sort of pop culture. Yeah. So, I mean, that's basically it for this episode. Like, overall, like, talking about it now, going back over things, what does your opinion of the episode change?
I feel it's about where the same where I came in walking before we started recording. I feel like I overall still like it quite a bit. Though I will say now we're hitting double digits.
Yeah,
I do feel like it's go time.
Yeah,
in terms of like real projection.
This is where it should get good. This is usually the part where we're all like, yes, let's do this. Q Ranger kind of hit that same thing where it was kind of like dull, but it was still interesting, and then it like really kicked into like overdrive.
Yeah.
Operation Overdrive.
Well, I mean,
I like.
I think we're all just gonna get up and do Jimmy.
It's not as bad as everyone gives it credit for.
You don't want to say that out loud.
I'm just saying, guys.
Once a Ranger?
I'm not gonna respond to that.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't want to.
Always a Ranger.
Always a Ranger.
I don't leave you hanging. Even though you left me hanging earlier.
Thank you.
I still like the episode.
Even after all the talk about it,
I mean,
none of your opinions changed about it.
Not really. It's had a ton of action. It was for the most part fun to watch. The ending left me wanting to watch next week's episode, which is I think it did its job. I enjoyed it. I mean, I give it an 8 out of 10 if we're gonna rate it now. Yes. Nice 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna give this probably an 8 out of 10. This is one of the better episodes, and I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, 8. This is like an 8 out of 10 for me too. And I feel like the only reason, like, if I ever bumped an episode like to an 8.5 or like a 9, is like something like super, like the episode with like the hardcore feels that like which the show has given me sometimes.
Yes,
this didn't have that, but some good action.
Like the girl, the whole like
the episode with the little daughter. Yes.
It's a helicopter.
I hope they bring back that family and
Nabashima?
Nabashima, yeah.
That'd be
I
great.
really hope they do, and he's like brings back his memory or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But this is just a good action episode, and I was very happy.
What do we lose?
I'd probably give it around an 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5?
Yeah, I really liked the episode so far, especially when it came to Ryuga's fight scene with everything. It just came awesome.
Yeah, so Special Form 12 said, did you realize that Gentoku won everything in this episode? He has Pandora's Box, full bottles, and he now has the government of Touto. Because his dad had a heart attack.
Oh, we totally glazed over
yeah,
that.
that's true. We did.
His dad had a heart attack towards the end of the
That's
episode.
like one of the biggest things in this episode.
That's how it ended. Him like with that
He
creepy
pulled the
smile.
life alert.
Everyone was like smiling that he had this like heart attack, and it sucked though because that like when they had those like the Hollow Discord meetings, they he was the only kind of level-headed one, and even his son Gentoku was like kind of in the same mindset as all the other prime ministers,
Right.
and now that this level-headed like person is now gone, the story can now like kick up into like the crazy now, like
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, they have no one there stopping them from doing that, so I don't know.
No, he's got right now he's got everything he needs, and but the question
Everything is falling into place for him.
But what does that mean? And that's where we're going to find out.
The only thing that's really stopping him now is Bloodstar, because he can take build. Now he has taken build technically away. His ability to create to be build. It's just that he can't fight back. The only one that can really fight back is Bloodstar, and even then, we're not even sure what his real intentions are.
Yeah. Special Form 12 just brings up a really good point. It says, he was level-headed because he was never exposed to Pandora's Box light as Gentoku and the other prime ministers were.
That's totally true.
That's exactly what it is. Gentoku wants to create war so that he can use the Rider system as Touto's military weapon.
And that's what they've been trying to do, like, since
beginning.
all this was debuted. And so once we finally figured out where this came from.
And that's kind of a cool thing about what's going on with what the idea of what the Rider system means. Because it seems like it's like no one agrees what the purpose is. Like, apparently, if we're listening to Katsuragi's videos, he hoped for good intentions.
Right.
But we're listening to Bloodstock, he's like, nah, screw that. It's always meant to be
It's
something
always
evil.
meant to, like, spill blood.
Yeah. That's literally words, you're right. And so that's where it's, again, goes back to old Kamen Rider. In that regard, Kamen Rider was created by Shocker as a weapon for Shocker.
Exactly.
And
From Spider-Man?
We did hear initially before this episode, before the series started, that this was going to be a big giant throwback to Showa era writers.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of starting to see that now. Like,
Yeah.
It was kind of apparent before, but now it's like really apparent.
no, for sure.
I wonder if they're gonna do something with like the full bottles, like how they had the Shocker Riders from back in the day.
Yeah.
What if they do that with the full bottles and just use multiple essences of each full bottle from build and just create different like riders or riot troopers or
That's
something
what I
like
was thinking.
That would
might
be, especially if you have all those Guardians.
Yeah.
That's prime.
Just like give
use.
an essence to each of the Guardians so they can just have a piece of them.
You know what I'm thinking about now, and I'm a little disappointed that it isn't a thing. I'm kind of wish that each district had its own writer. Had its own writer.
That'd be cool.
And it'd be this.
Cool.
It'd
We
be.
don't deserve that amount. Cool.
It'd kind of like Gaim in the way that it's fighting over territory. If you remember how Gaim started.
Joe, I can't hear you. I'm serious.
It was over breakdancing and like territory and stuff. But I mean, on a like country-wide level, I think that would have been really cool. Just how like, why is your Kamen Rider always like trespassing into ours? Like I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Now that I'm actually thinking about it, and now that like all the full bottles have been like kind of scattered to Faust, we might do that.
Yeah.
Maybe not over territories, but something similar.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to see. Okay, let's start wrapping this up.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do? Close it out with? Because we got some artwork. Did you get artwork I sent on the Slack? Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Cool. So we have some artwork
Oh,
from Abigail Parker.
Yay!
Also
More best
talented Abigail
matches!
Parker. Yes, she sent us her own writer creation.
John Senpai.
It's a single bottle rider for Cyborg,
Ooh.
and I don't know if it's up on the
Justice League full
video
bottles?
yet. But if anything, I'll pull it up on here and it'll.
It's up.
It's up. Okay.
Right.
So just it should be on the screen, but here's
Oh.
it's Cyborg.
And this is just one bottle?
Well, she has like one bottle driver.
Oh, that's kind of
That-
cool.
That is cool, actually.
There's that thing I did through a friend of hers.
Oh, there it is.
There, it's on the screen.
Why does it-
Covering my face.
Why
Perfect.
does
That's
the...
the
That's
easiest to
fine.
cover.
That's the best one. That's totally fine. I'll just like, hello, I'm Cyborg Rider.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Cyborg! Booyah!
I'm gonna duck her.
Fist match.
I'm gonna
Yeah!
I'm gonna duck. Oh, I'm gonna. Here it is. All right, cool. Hi, I'm Cyborg Rider.
He has color
Oh,
scheme
no,
of Buzz
totally
Lightyear.
No, we're not. It's not super light. Oh no,
It's
no,
not.
no,
You're done. You're done. You lost a chance.
Try. That's what counts.
Hey,
Let's try.
I'm not gonna lie. The
That's the
color
closest
scheme,
to be a Kamen Rider. FYI.
the color scheme for that was like a Buzz
disappeared as
Lightyear.
you got behind it. Yeah,
The Buzz Lightyear kind of
It
color
was really
scheme.
cool. It was like pink and green and blue, and it was really cool.
Thank you
Really-
again, Abigail Parker. For anyone else watching, if you guys have artwork, please tweet it at us. Please send it to us. On one of our social media. There's 4 of us here on top of the official Pop Culture Renegades. Tweet at us, and we can show it on screen, and we can talk about it.
Like, come with your other best matches. Even like, you want to do something crazy, like do like other franchises' best matches.
Yeah.
Like, what's a Star Wars
Just a
best
water
match?
Lightsaber.
Millennium Falcon. It's a Falcon, and he's something. Yeah.
Time Zone Falcon.
Time Zone Falcon.
What's new Darth Vader snake?
Kylo Ren.
Wow, that's like totally.
Kylo
New
Ren.
Darth
Best
Vader.
Kylo Ren, girl, best match. Because every time he hears like Ren's name,
Oh snap!
Just look behind you.
oh yeah,
There's so much Ren.
yeah. Because every time he hears Ray, like it's like
Look right.
girl.
Porg X-Wing, do it.
Wait, did you say Ren?
I said Ray.
You said Ren.
I said Ray.
like Ren.
Wookiee Starship.
Ewok Rider.
Wookiee Starship.
Ewok Ray.
I watched that.
I'm trying to think of something
Those are-
like
those are us
really
just-
messed up, but
Those are us just spitballing if you want to.
I can't think of anything. I'm trying to like watch after the stream. I'm gonna come up with so many. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna get in my car. It's like I couldn't think.
Well, hey, how about this? Where the next, since the show following us is the Riker maneuver,
Yes, the
Star Trek Discovery show.
Yep.
How about like Riker chair? It's a bearded Rider that looks like a chair. Draw that one.
His
Hear me
mic
out.
is a chair.
What would be,
Big as a chair.
But what would be the tagline for it after he transforms? That's
He's just like best match, just stroking his beard.
he doesn't need a tagline.
There's no tagline. Like the belt doesn't shout some like ridiculous like tagline. It's just him.
Engage.
He does the
Hit Mach 5. No.
JD beard stroke.
Super Samurai 1 says, Dragon, White Tiger, best match! Lord Draken the Destroyer.
I was thinking
Ooh.
that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
a green and white one. That would be something.
That would
really
be
cool
awesome.
artwork. If you guys want to draw that one, I'd like to see that.
Me too.
And then he has the Draken shield. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's actually would be neat. Yeah, go for it.
Alright,
fun.
so we're closing on
Do the thing.
Alright, before we sign off, plug yourself.
No, all right, fine. So you guys can follow me on all social media. Darrel J. Delphin, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, on top of Ranger Wrap Up and Hangout on that hashtag show, and all the random video games and anime I voice for. Blah blah blah. Me, shameless plugs. Anyway, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. I'm Jimmy. I'm GL Jimmy on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also on Facebook.com/Angel Grove Radio. Angel Grove Radio on Instagram when we post. Angel Grove Radio on Twitter when we post. AngelGroveRadio.com.
When you plug yourself, your volume gets louder. Do you notice that?
Yes.
Angel.
Oh yeah.
He's
So,
trying to hit a register.
yeah. I'm just trying to make sure my voice.
Make sure everyone knows exactly who.
Everyone in this comic book shop should know, not just you guys.
This is GL Jimmy.
Angel Grove Radio.
Sorry if that peaked, guys.
Hi, Jay.
Oh crap! All right, I can follow that up. Okay, You can follow me on Twitter at JustKeyzon, on Instagram at JustQuiz. I got 2 podcasts that you can listen on Apple Podcasts. One is Benview and Spielberg, which we review every Steven Spielberg movie in order. Nothing new, a remake podcast. New episode should be up this week. We talk about Murder on the Orient Express. That's the Battle of the Mustaches. And then my Tokusatsu inspired, Kamen-inspired comic book that you can find on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook called Sorry. Oh my god, stereo.
Sorry, guys.
That was awesome.
We shouted for him, so I felt obligated to shout.
Dude, that was amazing. You did that. That's cool. You can find that for free. Every page is available for free. So that is where you can find my stuff and me.
For me, you guys can find me at Mighty Action Lou on Twitter and Instagram.
Hey, plug the Twitter he never uses.
Oh yeah, and
That
Twitter.
I never used. Sorry.
Mighty Action.
Don't die on your Twitter.
Voice crack.
We're working on it.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Oh my god!
Putting us our best match. And
Subscribe to PCR.
And we'll see you guys next week. Until then,
We are
Pop Culture Renegades. I think we gotta work on that.
Subscribe. I can't.
They came up with it. Don't worry.
believe you.